Beastie Boys?
Yes! Welcome back, my friends and fellow FTFLers. It is I, Brett Sieber, host of the FTFL Weekly Update, Week 4 in the FTFL. Lots of things happening, lots of results to go over. Everything tightened back up this week. Things are coming back apart a little bit. Man, we had some high scores. We had a really, really low score. It was the big North versus South week. Lots was made out of this week. And Sid going, oh, the North is going to lose and the South is dominant. Yeah, well, we found out 3-2, really? That's not all that dominant. And I'm going to be honest with you. There were 6.5 points difference. And the North would have gone on to win 4-1. Now, I would have been the one that lost, but 4-1. 6.5 points. So dominance really isn't all what we should be calling this. I was glad to see Kobe Fleener found a new home. What a chump. No one is allowing Duke Johnson into their home. I don't understand. He has feelings, too. We saw the lowest point total of this year. We saw the second highest point total this year. We're going to get into the games. But before we do, we have an FTFL weekly update. First, for the very first time ever, we have an individual that will be joining me here on the set. And in just a moment,
Here comes the money.
that's right, folks. Here tonight, joining me, none other than the one, the only, Commissioner Adam Swart. Woo! Mr. Swart, welcome to the FTFL Weekly Update.
Good to be here, Brett.
Oh my gosh, this
Good
is
to be
such
here.
an exciting moment. I have been waiting for this, and I'm so glad you agreed to come on the show tonight. Just let me figure my radio thing out here so we can do stuff later. Now, I'm going to fire into this, and then, if you want to add into it, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, the 1 good minute is all yours, buddy.
Thanks.
All yours.
Thanks.
All right, so first game, here we go. Radioactive Monkeys versus Bazinga. What a blowout. 122 for Bazinga, 45. I'm not going to lie, I looked at Salty's bench. He has holes all over the place. Ryan Fitzpatrick cannot find anyone to throw to. We'll get into that in a moment. But on the flip side, Bazinga, what an amazing 122 points. Now, Alshon Jeffrey had 3.5 points. He was the only position player not in double digits. When your guys are all scoring double digits, it's not going to matter who you're playing against. You're going to rack up a pile of points and probably win. Greg Olson continued to be a force. He added 15. Le'Veon Bell is back. A.J. Green seems to be back to normal. He had 21 points this week. Maybe it was 24. Emmanuel Sanders, the guy nobody wanted. Well, the guy Deesum didn't want. Since his arrival on Andy's team, he has put up 40 points. So some of those were on the bench, but 40 points, pretty solid. Again, for Salty, lowest score of the year. He did edge out Swart, that had 51.5 points. But 41, Cam Newton for 12. Seattle's defense with 10. Only 2 in double digits. Again, when every one of Andy's players is going double digits and only 2 of Salty's players, it's going to be a loss for Salty and a win for Andy. Matt Forte, 3 points. After that stud of the week performance, not sure I cursed him, but it has been all bad news since then. Again, all sorts of issues. Quarterback issues for Salty, running back issues, trade issues, might I add? More on that later.
Ooh.
All right, next up, the Architect at 2-1 versus I'm Hung at 1-2. Architect edged out. We don't know. I don't want to know.
What?
About you being.
That's my team.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Edged him out, 91.5 to 87.5. For the Architect, good all around. Stephon Diggs had the lowest at 4.5 points. No one else was below 7. I'm going to tell you right now, the Architect is a sneaky good team. 3 straight weeks in a row where he's above 90 points. Kyle Rudolph, averaging about 10 points a week. Let me tell you
Enough
what.
with this game. Let's move on.
What do you mean? No, listen. There's a real important part of this game I want to get to. Swart, you could have won this game.
I could have won this
had
game.
you played Matt Asiata.
But why would I?
Well,
That's the thing.
I'm not saying I disagree, but Cameron Artis Payne dropped a goose egg on you this week. Asiata had 7. There's your difference.
He pains me.
There's your ball game. Good week for the Ravens. for Rivers with 22, it wasn't a Matt Ryan or Ben Roethlisberger performance,
No,
which
it's half
again
that.
would have helped.
Would have helped.
Because of that, you fall to 1-3 on the season, and you join me at the bottom of the pile because I also lost this week, even though I put up a lot of points, 107.5, but it was not enough to beat Kramerica Industries 137.
They're good.
They're not bad. They're not bad. There was a lot of chatter this week from him about North versus South and him going for records. You came close. You were one less. Now 137.5, but the running backs combined for only 9.5 points. Sims and Ware. When I looked down the lineup, I said, you know what? Maybe I got a chance. Well, I guess not. And the reason, Julio.
He went off.
Dude,
He
36. Who allows anyone to catch 300 yards? Who does that? I don't understand. And Jordan Reed, 20.5 points. Sid took him high in the draft. Paid dividends there. For me, I had the second highest individual score by a player, Ben Roethlisberger, 42 points of the season. In a losing effort. That hurts. Christine Michael, 14.5, continues to look good. I just hope that he's the answer there and not C.J. Spiller. Please, don't give Spiller the ball. My bench is depleted. Absolutely depleted. Dak Prescott, my rookie keeper potentially. Only person on my bench with points was Dak Prescott. That's it. It was a great week for me, just not a great result. All right, Mr. Swart, we've come to the time where it is time for 1 good minute, so I'm going to go ahead and get my phone set up here. You've seen the drill. You've got 1 minute, and I'm going to let you talk whatever it is you want to get off your chest.
Brett,
I mean, the camera's right there. Everyone's listening, or mostly listening. They might be doing other things while they're watching this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
Brett.
go for it.
All right. I want to talk today about rules.
Okay.
Rules make the world go round. I'm going to read this from a script.
That's fine.
Wrote
You know,
today,
whatever you got to do.
so-
You got a minute.
Rules make the world go round.
Mm.
Rules keep us from floating into space and exploding. It's called science.
I love science.
I do too. Some of us say that rules are meant to be broken. Well, those people would be wrong. Rules. Awesome spot. The FTFL has rules.
Yeah.
Rules that we all voted on.
Yep.
Rules that keep this league that we all love fair and competitive.
For the most part.
For the most
I haven't
part.
held up my end of the competitive bargain, but I
Well,
apologize.
you know, it's fair. It's
Okay.
fair. Some of us seem to think that we don't need to follow the rules, or we can bend the rules. Other people think that we don't need to pay, $5 for, not submitting a lineup.
What?
It's going around. People are doing this thing. I don't know who it is, but it's happening. It's happening, folks. But the thing is, these rules that we spent so long at the draft, they keep the league.
They keep the league competitive, right?
They do. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So.
They keep it competitive, and they keep the integrity of the league.
Yep.
And when that stuff just breaks down, it makes me very angry.
You sound very angry.
I'm very angry. I can't even keep my
I
composure.
don't
right
like
now.
you being angry.
I can't keep my composure. I'm
Okay,
so
well.
angry.
Well, so.
So yeah. So please adhere to the rules. Keep this league fun and exciting,
Yeah, I like that.
and don't make me angry.
Okay.
Bottom line.
You know what? That's a great point. Absolutely. Rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
We all agreed on them. I don't want to see you angry. I want the league to be, fun and exciting, like in 2003 when I won my FTFL title, right? Right. Anyways, that's been the 1 good minute. Here we go. We're on to the last couple games of the week. Pack Attack versus Phenomena. Phenomena comes in at 2-1. Pack Attack 1-2. Going into Sunday night, Markser was down. And then Antonio Brown reached down deep, pulled 22 points out of places, and Markser went on to go to 3-1. Melvin Gordon to Markser's.
What the heck with Melvin Gordon?
Well, right, and I'm sure Eric watches every week and just is angrier and angrier. Colby Fleener, back to his old self, 1.5 points, that dud. The Broncos defense is averaging, for Jeff, 12 points a week.
Who?
The Broncos defense, I'm just saying, 12 points a
Wow.
week. You pencil that in, that's a nice start. For Pack Attack, he was carried by Will Fuller and Demaryius Thomas, 13.5 and 15 respectively, but pretty much let down by Jamison Crowder, 1 point. Again, we've seen teams escape 0-point performances, 1-point performances, but they definitely come back to haunt. Also, his keeper Gronk on the season, Gronk has a 0.5 point.
That's amazing.
0.5 point. Now, good news for Gronk and the Pack Attack. Tom Brady comes back next
That's
week.
a 0.5 point better than I thought he was gonna have.
Well, I suppose, given the situation. Last up, Ryan Deesum, Cities and Balls versus John Linkowitz. 92 to 89.5. Now, Linkowitz was ahead in this game on Monday night up until the Giants scored, which I was fine with because I was hoping they were going to win as an aside. But once they scored that touchdown late, the points came off the board for John, and Deesum went on to win. Great week for Michael Crabtree. I was surprised. I didn't even know Michael Crabtree was still playing.
Wow.
25.5 points. Andrew Luck threw in 20. Latavius Murray added 1. But Deesum escaped with that. And luckily, because he left Jarek McKinnon on the bench, who had a stout 13.5 points, Linkowitz also fell victim. A high-scoring Matt Ryan, 46 points, but wasn't enough to get his team the victory. He had 3 scores under 2 points. OBJ at 1.5, Devontae Parker at 1, and Stephen Gostkowski with a big fat goose egg. When you have 3 people under 2 points, again, that's not often going to add up to a victory. No one other than Ryan was in double figures. 2 points outside of Russell on his bench. There wasn't a lot to help him there. Again, John falls to 1-3. It is time now for the stud of the week and the dud of the week. This week's stud of the week, it's a co-stud of the week. Matt Ryan, 46 points. Julio Jones, 36 points. Carolina's defense, who gives up 500 yards passing?
Carolina's defense.
Were you playing 8 guys? I mean, unbelievable. That stung me. Somehow it didn't sting Deesum. Again, the horseshoe, I guess you can thank Swart. You're welcome. This week's dud of the week, OBJ. Odell Beckham Jr., 1.5 points. Could have been better, should have been better for John. John might have gotten the win, but let's be honest, he's just an idiot. Get over yourself. You're a football player, not a god. Give it up. All right, so I've been holding on to this little nugget, and I'm super excited to bring this to you. Deesum update of the week. I was given an anonymous tip that there was a trade offered earlier this week. It was only up for 2 hours.
Just before you go, like, I didn't, it wasn't me. I see that kind of stuff.
It was up for 2 hours and then pulled when the mistake was noticed. Adam Saltmarsh, who is struggling across the board right now, offered Andy Seaver, Matt Forte, and his second-round pick for Andy's 7th-round pick.
Say that again, Brett.
Matt Forte and a second-round pick for Andy's 7th-round pick. It was up for 2 hours before Salty realized it. I'm pretty sure Jeff's name is on the toilet bowl for a very similar action last year. That one's a keeper. John, I think you're off the hook. We look ahead to next week's matchups. We got me against Jeff. I'm 1-3 going up against 3-1. Bazinga at 2-2 takes on the very, very good Architect at 3-1. Team Linkowitz 1-3 versus you at 1-3. The 1-3 Bowl, we'll call it. Ryan 3-1 versus the Radioactive Monkeys, who again is searching for answers, including really lopsided trade proposals. And Pack Attack at 1-3 versus Kramerica Industry at 3-1. This has been this week's weekly update. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, Mr. Swart, thank you so much for coming on the show this time.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you want to come back and hang out, be more than happy to have you here. This would be a blast to continue to do. And I think with that, we're going to cue the music, and we're going to get up out of here. You ready?
We're ready, Brett.
You might want to get your air guitar out. This one's a good one. Let's hit it. That's my medal. You put that back. Get out of here.